Hello. Today, I want to talk to you about how to stop obsessing over love, obsessing over men or women in general. Whatever it is you're into, I'm just into men, so it is about men. First of all, I will start and ask, why is it that we want to find love? Why do we actively seek it? Why is it that in my mind, I'm just hoping that one day and soon enough it will happen and it will come, and that makes me impatient, that makes me obsessed and fantasizing every day, and it is emotionally exhausting. So I've been trying to figure out why and how to stop it, and I'm sure that a lot of people would want to stop it too because of how emotionally draining it is to actively think about it and get constant disappointment from it. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't hope, you shouldn't try, you should, but there are unhealthy ways that come with that hope. Unhealthy to you. And the first thing that is unhealthy is fantasizing about love. Having that fantasy in your head that whenever you find love, everything will be perfect. Everything will be okay again. But it won't be. You will probably have more problems than you did before. Now, if that's the reason you're trying to find love, then it is the wrong reason. If you're trying to find love because you don't want to be lonely, sure, could work. You want to spend your life with another person, and that is what I desire. So I understand that. I really do. But thinking your problems will disappear if you are loved by another, that won't work, and this video is not for you. But if you're trying to find actual love and a partner for life, then this is the video for you. Now, I'll talk about how to stop attaching yourself so quickly. How to stop that obsession whenever you meet a new guy and you're like, damn, I'm obsessed, I like him, and then you get ultimately disappointed in the result. First of all, let me tell you one thing. When you meet a new person, when you're dating a new person, do you actively fantasize about them? Do you think to yourself, this could be my one and true love, this could be my husband, this could be my wife, this could be the partner I spend the rest of my life with? Now that's wrong. That's wrong to do, especially when you're early dating, talking and stuff. You don't really know the person, and yet your mind is actively thinking of them as a partner for life. You're seeing yourself like waking up in the morning with them and like making breakfast together or some stuff like that, working out together, just sharing your life with them. And it's really, really wrong to do, especially if you know you get attached quickly. Your fantasy is playing in your head and it's attaching your heart to that person because your mind is hoping that the fantasy will come true when it might just not, and it really might not, because you don't know the person, you don't know if you like them, you really don't. You like the fantasy of them, you don't know if you like them, you don't know if you're aligned with their life and if they're aligned with yours, and if you're actually gonna be able to have that shared life, because maybe you have different goals and different perspectives on everything. Suddenly you're like, oh, it's not what I thought, but maybe I'll tolerate him or her because of the fantasy I have. I'll try to tolerate it so I can make that fantasy come true. And eventually it might not come true, and you will end up in ultimate disappointment, as I've said, because you simply attached yourself to an idea and not to reality, because the point of dating is really to get to know the person and really analyze them first of all, It is also emotional, of course, but you can't attach. And if you get attached quickly, I think you should see it more as testing someone, really. Not be a robot or anything, and like be mathematical about the relationship, but you do want to ask questions to know if there is even a possible future with this person. And I feel like that's the one thing you should think about whenever you're trying to date someone. Unless you're like dating for fun, which this video is not relevant for you. I'm not trying to date for fun. I'm trying to date to actually find my life partner. And for that, you need to be really aligned with your future and whatever it is that you want. Like, some people want to leave abroad while you want to leave in your country. And like, that's not really aligned, is it? It's gonna cause future problems and you don't want that. So there's a lot of things to think about, and obviously you can't like get to know the person on the first date. Like, you will have to talk to them over time. You will have to go out with them over time, because you can't know everything in the first date or in the first meeting you have, obviously. So you need to give it a chance without attaching, which is quite difficult, especially when you're someone who has emotional depth in them. You're very emotional intelligent, for example, so you want that emotions. You want those emotions to like be there and feel loved. You want to feel that love blossom, but it's not realistic, especially in early dating. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to attach and be sad and cry over it, and then you're like, I have to try again, when you already emotionally invested everything. You don't want to do that. How will you get over it? The first thing you will do is say to yourself, I am simply trying to get to know them. Are there fantasies coming into your head? You block them. You don't approve of them. You don't think of them more than you need to. You're not starting to actively fantasize, oh my god, it would be nice to go here with them, it would be nice to do that with them. You're thinking about a future which is not promised to you. And you shouldn't be doing that, especially when it's early dating, because that leads to your doomsday from experience. Of course, I can't really tell you what to do. I just trying to give you advice on how to get hurt less, and that way you will be able to explore more and maybe find the one you're looking for the more you explore and not attach. Because the more you get hurt, the more you will avoid trying to find anyone, really. And yet again, I am speaking about early dating, not as like boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, how do you survive the early dating phase? And that's what I'm talking about. Because being boyfriend and girlfriend, you're like, it's pretty obvious. You have expectations from them. You have expectations that you'll go places, that maybe you'll do stuff together, or maybe you'll get married. Who knows? Depends on how long you've been together, but you need the early dating phase to just know. To know if being in a relationship will actually be relevant to you, even. Will be relevant to both of you. Are you attracted to one another? Have you been chatting on Instagram and you're like, you haven't met each other, and you're like on the first meeting and you're like seeing, you're analyzing each other, like, am I attracted to this person? Does this person's behavior make me feel safe? Does this person behavior to my liking? There's a lot of stuff to think about before you enter that phase of girlfriend and boyfriend. So basically, the conclusion of this video is don't go and be delusional. Don't be delusional about anyone, be delusional about yourself. That I approve of. But being delusional about any other person that comes into your life will lead into disappointment and hurtful feelings. And you don't want that. You don't want to be hurt uselessly, needlessly, okay? We want to know our options, know what we're dealing with before we ever put emotional investment. Like, I don't know if it's right to say emotional investments, because you do want to have some type of emotion in a relationship, but you don't want to invest too much into it. You don't want to attach, that's it. You just don't want to attach so early on. You just want to get to know. You want to know. You gather information so that you will have the future you want. Okay? That's it. Stop the delusions. Stop the obsession. Because it's gonna hurt you. That's it.